Chapter 13. My eyes flew open and I looked around. The reptile book had fallen out of my hands. Sassafrass quietly snored on my chest. I must have fallen asleep while I was reading. I heard my dad calling my name. Huh? Was it dinner time? Already? Sassafrass and I ran into the house and looked around confused. Is it time for dinner? Dad laughed. Did you forget that your mom was coming back home today? Mom? Back? Mom's back? Mom! I ran to her office and hugged her, and then burst into tears. I messed everything up. There was a baby dragon, and I wasn't sure what was wrong. I fed him marshmallows, and at first he got better, but then he got so much worse, and I tried to fix it by feeding him fish, but I don't know if it worked. I don't want him to die. I sobbed. My mom knelt down and looked me in the eye. Zoey, you must have been very worried. The magical animals are much tougher than you think. Let's go see how he's doing. Chapter 14. Bigger. Mom walked me out to the barn with her arm around me. I had hoped I could handle all of this on my own. I wanted to impress my mom with a healthy dragon. Instead, she was going to see a sick dragon that I hadn't been able to help. We walked into the barn and I stopped. I rubbed my eyes. Whoa. Marshmallow was walking around. He had bright eyes and he was at least twice as big as he had been this morning. How did that happen? Dragons must really grow quickly. Sassafrass was about to walk into the pen, but froze. I think he was also shocked to see how big our little guy had gotten. Marshmallow trotted over and nuzzled Sassafrass, who purred loudly. The two of them jumped around and played while I stared in awe. Mom squeezed me in a big hug. Zoey, I'm so proud of you. You keep trying even when things get hard. How about we leave these two to play and see if we can convince your dad to part with some more fish? Just like that, the day went from awful to wonderful. I did it, even though I made some mistakes along the way. I helped Marshmallow. Chapter 15. Learning to Fish. Sassafrass and I were out in the barn playing with Marshmallow. Only a few days had passed, but Marshmallow was about the size of a horse. Sassafrass liked to jump on his back between his wings. Then Marshmallow would run in circles around the pen until Sassafrass started to fall and jumped off. Marshmallow always stopped to sniff and make sure Sassafrass was all right. I wanted to remember the way they played together forever. Oh, I'd never taken my photo of Marshmallow. I dashed off to get the camera and got an action shot of the two of them together. Mom came into the barn and looked at the photo of Sassafrass riding Marshmallow. At first she laughed a lot, but then she got quiet. Marshmallow's getting awfully big, Zoey. I sucked in a big breath. I knew what she's going to say next and I didn't want to hear it. I know this part is hard, but a dragon isn't meant to live in a barn. He's meant to be free. I nodded and kept looking down. If I looked up at Marshmallow, I was sure I'd start crying. I guess he'd have more fun flying around and exploring the forest, I mumbled. And he might not even fit in the barn much longer. Saying goodbye was going to stink. Once Sassafrass was done dragon riding, we all headed for the forest stream. Mom wanted to teach Marshmallow how to catch fish. When we got to the stream, Marshmallow seemed nervous. Rather than check out the stream, he snuggled up behind me and put his big head on my shoulder. Sassafrass hates getting wet, so he hid behind Marshmallow. Mom rolled up her pants and splashed around in the water. Marshmallow, the stream won't hurt you. It's really fun. See? After a few minutes, Marshmallow's curiosity got the best of him. He joined her in the water. Next, she showed him that there were fish in the stream. Once he realized that, he really loved the stream. He spotted the fish in the water and tried to catch it. But he missed and ended up with a mouthful of stream water. Don't give up, Marshmallow. You can do it, Sassafrass and I cheered. Marshmallow kept trying and finally caught one. After the first taste of success, he got much faster at catching fish. He even brought a little fish to Sassafrass, who purred loudly in thanks. I was rolling up my pants to join the fun when Sassafrass started meowing like crazy. He stared at the bushes nearby. I stood very still and watched. A blue dragon head slowly peeped out of the bushes. It looked about the same size as Marshmallow. "Come on, sweet girl," I cooed. The dragon kept her eyes on me as she took a few small steps forward. The splashing behind us stopped. I looked over my shoulder, and Marshmallow and my mom were both frozen, watching the new dragon. Then Marshmallow let out the most beautiful sound. It sounded like a cat's purr, only louder and more like a song. Maybe dragons purr when they're really happy. The new dragon's eyes lit up and she purred right back. She trotted into the stream and sniffed Marshmallow. They twisted their necks around each other in greeting and purred even more. Something about the way her blue tail moved was so familiar. Was she the friend who had brought baby Marshmallow to our barn and disappeared into the bushes? The blue dragon took a few steps toward the forest. She looked back and called out to Marshmallow. She wanted him to come with her. My heart dropped. I was going to have to say goodbye to my dragon. Marshmallow took a step to follow her, then stopped. He came bounding over to us and nuzzled my mom and Sassafrass. Then he rested his head on my shoulder. I wrapped my arms around his warm, strong neck. I blinked back tears. "Goodbye, Marshmallow. Be a good dragon." I gave him a gentle nudge toward the new dragon. He looked at me one last time. "Go ahead, it's okay." I waved him on. Before I could change my mind, they both leapt into the air. The forest filled with the beautiful noise of two happy dragons. The sound was so pretty that it was hard to be sad. My mom moved to my side and wrapped me in a hug. "Look how healthy and happy he is. That's because of your help." I nodded and couldn't help but smile as I watched them spin and dive through the air until there was nothing more but specks in the sky. Chapter 16. Smoke? I cleaned out Marshmallow's pen while Sassafrass watched. It looked so empty without our little dragon bounding around. Even Sassafrass was mopey. We all really missed Marshmallow. I sniffed back another wave of tears. Wait a minute. I sniffed again. "Do you smell smoke, Sassafrass? Where's it coming from?" Sassafrass pawed at the barn door and meowed. Oh no, was something burning outside? We burst out of the barn to find my mom standing by a fire in our backyard fire pit. She held 2 sticks and a bag of marshmallows. She smiled. Roasted marshmallows seemed like an appropriate way to celebrate your success with our dragon friend. We cuddled up by the fire, telling stories about the little guy and laughing. I ate 5 or 6 marshmallows. I went to grab another one, but then I remembered how Marshmallow felt after eating the plate of marshmallows. I set my roasting stick down and just enjoyed the fire. I'd skip the stomachache. After we headed in for the night, I went to my bedroom. Sassafrass jumped up on my desk and nosed at my science notebook. It fell open to the next blank page. I laughed and snuggled him up. "Oh, Sassafrass, I know how you feel. I can't wait to meet our next magical friend either."